I did it in my head.
Sailing takes me away to where I'm the J. Tyler. Welcome
I
back
am
to
your
Heavy
Miss
Alive.
Parker. I'm not going to sing it, though. I'm loving that you're getting into Christopher Cross.
I've always been into him.
Oh, is he
I've
still
been
alive?
balls deep in him.
Oh,
No, sailing is one of the other one is what's the other one?
Ride Like the Wind.
Ride Like the Wind.
And then there's
Ride Like
The Best That You Can Do. When
Yeah.
you get caught between the
Moon
moon
and
and New
New.
York City.
Yep. I have the hiccups.
You know it's crazy,
I have the
but it's
hiccups.
true. I used to know I was PMSing back in the day because I'd be in Safeway and they would play that song "Think of Laura," but laugh, don't cry. Then I'd start crying. Then I would start crying in the middle of Safeway.
Hey,
anyway,
next time you're talking to somebody that has hiccups,
there is a way to get rid of them.
I am good at it.
We all have our ways of getting rid of them.
Well, what I do is I look at you and I go, and in fact, it works like just ask me a trivia question. Normally, I go with how many rabbits there are in Tennessee. Generally, that works. I mean, you can stick your finger up your butt if you feel like it, but that's usually frowned upon in public, polite society.
So if I stuck my finger up my butt, you'd lose your hiccups.
No, I would if I stuck my finger up my butt. It's a vagal nerve. Anyway,
I'll remember that. For
watch
next
this. Time. Distract me, I dare you.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll think of a trivia question.
Look at me, I'm more hiccupy than ever. Come on,
remember
fix
that
my
movie,
hiccups.
The Bodyguard?
Yes. Kevin Costner?
No, Bodyguard. Further back.
Kevin Costner?
No,
and Whitney Houston?
No. The one where the kid has the bodyguard, the big guy.
Oh, My Personal Bodyguard.
Okay, My Personal Bodyguard.
Yeah, I remember.
There's a scene around a picnic table, and there is a girl in that scene who became
it's
very
not working at all.
She had a non-speaking role.
You suck.
Well, I bet you don't know the answer.
Distract me. Come on.
She had a non-speaking role.
Ask me a direct question.
How big is your penis?
Nine inches. Hiccups gone.
That didn't do it. They're not gone. Right. They slowed down. Right. Okay. So something happened today. Why don't you just hit play?
Just across the hall from mine.
You're undistracted.
He shut the door. I noticed Bobby Engel, who is the head of Mr. Trump's security detail, sitting in a chair, looking somewhat discombobulated and a little lost. I looked at Tony. He'd said, "Did you effing hear what happened in the Beast?" I said,
"Hold it."
No, Tony.
I'm going with the bow. This works.
Tony proceeded to tell me that
far from my
when the
balls.
president got in the Beast, he was under the impression from Mr. Meadows that the off-the-record movement to the Capitol was possible and likely to happen, but that Bobby had more information. So once the president had gotten into the vehicle with Bobby, he thought that they were going up to the Capitol, and when Bobby had relayed to him, "We're not, we don't have the assets to do it, it's not secure, we're going back to the West Wing," the president had very strong, very angry response to that. Tony described him as being irate. The president said something to the effect of,
"Put it up your butt.
I'm the effing president. Take me up to the Capitol now."
That would be.
To which Bobby responded,
"It's chafy."
You're intimidated by that?
It's chafy.
Not up to here.
Also, there's sticks on it.
Reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the
Go all the way
steering
up to
wheel.
the stick.
Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel." We're going back to the West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol. Mr. Trump then used his
Looks
free
like a
hand
worm.
to
Look at
lunge
that-
towards
look at
Bobby
that
Engel.
mouth.
And when Mr. Ornato had recounted the
You're
story,
supposed to help me
he
get rid of my
motioned
hiccups.
towards his clavicles.
Okay, with me. Gonna hold our breath.
And was Mr. Engel
Gonna hold our
in the
breath.
room
One,
as Mr.
two,
Ornato
three.
told you
Deepest
this
breath
story?
you can take. One,
He
two,
was.
three.
Yeah.
Did Mr. Engel correct or disagree with any part of the story from Mr. Ornato?
Mr. Engel did not correct or disagree with any part of the story.
Did Mr. Engel or Mr. Ornato ever after that tell you that what Mr. Ornato had just said was untrue?
Neither Mr. Ornato nor Mr. Engel told me ever that it was untrue.
And despite this altercation, this physical altercation during the ride back to the White House, President Trump still demanded to go to the Capitol. Here's what Kayleigh McEnany, the White House press secretary at the time, wrote in her personal notes and told the committee about President Trump's desire to go to the Capitol after returning to the White House.
When you wrote POTUS wanted to walk to the Capitol, was that based solely on what the president said during his speech or anything that he or anybody else said afterwards?
So to the best of my recollection, I believe when we got back to the White House, he said he wanted to physically walk with the marchers. And according to my notes, he then said he'd be fine with just riding the beast. But to the best of my recollection, he wanted to be a part of the march in some fashion.
Okay, and just for the record, the beast refers to the presidential limousine.
Yes.
All right. What do we got?
Well, we got the president's taking the wheel. Secret Service driving him and the president grabbing the wheel after the Secret Service man said, no.
Wake up. You're asleep at the wheel.
He said, we're not going to the Capitol, sir. We're going back to the White House.
And he said, wait, I want to see Mike Pence get hung. I'm going to miss the show.
I want him to be the last face
Didn't
he
hear what happened in the
sees before he's hanged.
It would be outstanding if said thing happened. But yeah, this one is describing that. Of course, Trump grabbed a neck.
He grabbed the wheel of the vehicle.
The wheel, and then he, like, look, we're driving.
Didn't hear about the neck.
We're driving. No, she said, so we're driving. He grabs the wheel. He goes like that. This is what happened. He said,
I
and
didn't
then he
hear that.
said,
Did she say that?
She's about to. We just went through this.
When the president got in the beast, he was under the impression
The beast
from
is
Mr.
the.
I know.
Meadows that the off-the-record movement to the Capitol was still possible and likely to happen, but that Bobby had more information. So once the president had gotten into the
Robert
vehicle
Engel.
with Bobby,
Ingleson or
he thought that they
Ingalls?
were going up to the
Ingalls.
Capitol, and when Bobby had relayed to him, we're not, we don't have the assets to do it, it's not secure, we're going back to the West Wing. The president had very strong, very angry response to that.
Look at the smile on her
When he described him
face
as being
too.
irate, the president said something to the effect of, I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now. To which Bobby responded, sir, we have to.
Dude, we're the Secret Service. Keep you alive for whatever insert fucking dumbass reason. Like, dude, they should have thrown him out of the car. But he's like, dude, when you become president, you basically hand over the shit to the Secret Service, right? And that's what, like, he's just like, the Secret Service agent is like, no, like, I have to, this is my protocol.
Yeah, the president can't just walk into a room. The Secret Service go in there first. They say, this room is secure. You may now walk into the room.
But once a riot is happening on the fucking steps of the Senate, then it's
they
like
can't protect
the
him.
president no longer has options.
And
And that's what
the president himself had them take away the metal detectors.
And Pence was like, I'm not getting in that car. Right? And so no, it's like, no, you all are going back to this secure location, period. Your opinion doesn't matter, right? Sure, you get 24-hour protection, but they also own your ass because they have one fucking job. And so this lady's
Go
like,
back to the West Wing.
that's
The
it.
president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel
Shit like
grabbed
that.
his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going back to the West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol."
He doesn't. She doesn't say grab his
Hey,
neck.
hey, Donald Trump, don't tell anybody I punched the shit out of you, right? Like, dude, if I'm driving the beast, right, and you're the president and you touch the wheel, like, like that's what's gonna happen, man. Slap, pat, like, no, in the like, why are you even in the front seat? Honestly, right? Like, so do you like actually reach over and like,
Yeah, he grabbed his arm and said, "Sir, we're going to the West Wing."
dude,
But
you
where
should
does
have rolled that bitch. Hey, you could have done us all a favor, just rolled the beast, man. Just Donald Trump just blendering inside. Fucking bottles of Dom just flying everywhere, just tearing him to shreds. Hey, I have an imagination.
Yeah, thank you for that. So I want to hear where he grabbed the guy's neck.
Trump then used his free hand to
She
lunge
says
towards Bobby
clavicle.
Engel. And when Mr. Renato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles.
And was Mr. Engel in the room as Mr. Ornato told you this story?
He was.
What did he say? He said, that shit's fucked up. This guy's fucked up. Like, this guy's fucked up.
And then it goes on to say that Sean Hannity actually called the White House and used the 25th Amendment word.
Man, he's getting up there. Those amendments. This is.
Did Mr. Engel correct or disagree with any part of the story from Mr. Ornato?
Mr. Engel did not correct or disagree with any part of the story.
Guess
Did Mr.
what? You know what that means? 2 witnesses are saying you're guilty of being douchery.
Assaulting a Secret Service person.
Nailed it. I am the J. Tyler. I'm done. Like, that's it. I don't know how to fucking deal with that. How are you gonna pull that off? Like, how are you gonna be like, all right, I'm just gonna grab the fucking wheel, and like from the dude, he's been to too many frat parties. Trump, right? He's just like, I'm just gonna grab the limo wheel.
Well, he has no self-control. He has the maturity level of a 5-year-old, really.
Hey, you guys, the beast that the president rides in, it belongs to us. Right? Yeah, that shit belongs to us. That's ours. It's not the president's car. It's my fucking car. I may only own 330 millionth of said car, but it's mine.
Hey, Shitler, stop trying to grab my car and roll it.
Yeah. What's the matter with you? In fact, like, dude,
stop trying to grab the wheel of Jay's car and causing an accident with it.
Stop trying to kill Mike Pence, a douchebag. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with your where he should be, but I'm gonna say hanging people is not a good look.
No,
And
no,
Mike Pence deserves to go to prison. And so actually Mike Pence deserves to be pardoned. And Donald Trump deserves to go to prison along with the rest of them. Mike Pence did the right thing. I can't
Mike Pence deserves to.
He gets a pass.
He gets a pass, but then when he dies, he's going to go to hell and he's going to get butt fucked by Pazuzu in a cell.
Which
Okay.
will be hilarious to me and on all sides. But yeah, Mike Pence, does he deserve to die? I don't know what kind of fucking sick fan he actually is. But in the end, did he deserve to get hanged by Donald Trump? It would have been funny. Because you know what we don't care about on this show? Fascists. And
I wouldn't say we don't care.
I don't care about fascists. I want them all to.
It's kind of actually more fun when they kill each other.
The point being is that I would have literally laughed my ass off if Mike Pence was hung in front of the fucking steps of the Senate. I would have been like, no, dude's a fascist. Right? Like, he's a fascist.
The dude wants to
Like,
kill
it
my
just,
child.
yeah.
The dude wants my kid dead.
It's like, dude, you're a fascist. If they would have hung you, I would have been like, that's wrong. That was a really bad thing you did. You shouldn't hang people. It's a bad look. But Mike Pence, would I have felt bad if that motherfucker was dangling on the Senate steps? It would have only been funnier if there was some baby oil involved. Because I'm the fucking Jay
I just
Tyler.
have to say one more thing. Couldn't it please be Mitch McConnell instead?
He's too slippery. He's already slick.
Okay, then you put glue on him.
All right. We'll be back in a moment. This
Is Nothing Yet Live. Baby oil.